Previously, on Beyond the Tracks, the smell of chocolate was in the air as the Easter Bunny paid us a visit, and Deltic 55019 Royal Highland Fusilier made its debut at the Spring Diesel Gala, and Sam's new pub, the Apollo, was finally open. So, join us again as we go Beyond the Tracks. It's an early start and a cold Sunday morning for the team here at Ecclesbourne Valley Railway. But they're still working as hard as usual because there's a very special occasion. Today, members of the Deltic Preservation Society are attending the railway for a special members-only event. And of course, today's star attraction is the Deltic. The Deltic is undergoing its early morning checks to make sure it's fit to run and up to its usual standard. And the team look happy, thank goodness for that, because the Deltic members are in today and they're expecting a ride with Royal Highland Fusilier. With members of the DPS in attendance today, it's important that the Deltic runs on time, and I'm sure today's third man Peter can help with that.
Well, I'm the third man today, so I've got to collect tickets on board and open the gates on the way down. Today there's the Deltic Members Day, so we've got people, there's a cafe on, or a breakfast on in the buffet car.
Chef Dan is back again preparing his famous onboard breakfasts, and it's not long before the train departs that the orders are flocking in thick and fast. And an early morning train to Duffield is a good sign of a busy day ahead, especially with the members of the DPS in attendance. Events such as visiting trains like the Deltic are crucial for the railway's commercial success, and no one knows this more than Commercial Director Tom Tate.
It's important that we have a very active commercial department on the railway. Sadly, heritage railways do not receive the government grants, etc., and the support that our colleagues in the big railways do. Therefore, we rely on charitable gifts and our commercial activities, as well as, of course, passenger fares. So we look to provide our customers with value for money, with a range of different activities to attract them to the railway. This year we have, of course, the Deltic, we have our Jubilee celebrations, we have our on-track productions team as well. Our troupe of actors who come down for special events, for example Halloween and Christmas, which are sell-out events for the railway. It's a great way for families to enjoy Christmas with a journey on a train, a pantomime on a train, as well as seeing Santa. So there's a whole range of activities that we have to support the railway, to help give us the finances that we need, because it's quite expensive to maintain nearly 10 miles of track.
Since the Deltic arrived at the Ecclesbourne Valley Railway, it's been the talk of the town, and people have been flocking far and wide to take a ride down the 9 miles of track. But there's no one more excited to be working on the Deltic than volunteer Will Plant.
Absolutely fantastic. It's a very, very impressive loco. We've been very glad to have it with us. It certainly makes a change from our usual sort of locos, and it's nice to see all the DPS here enjoying the loco, because it's a very, very nice machine.
It's been a successful day for the railway, and the members of the DPS have enjoyed it thoroughly. And it's all thanks to the Deltic, the current jewel in the railway's crown. And speaking of crowns, it's almost time for the Platinum Jubilee. It's the 1st of June, and preparations are well underway for a busy Platinum Jubilee bank holiday weekend. There's bunting for as far as the eye can see, and Platform 1 looks like it's been turned into the Mall. And in the dining car, it's Union flags galore, as a plethora of platinum pastries and puddings will be served this weekend. But before we can celebrate, there's an important job that needs doing. Sam, what's going on today?
We're washing the coaches today, ready for the Queen's Jubilee. made it leak at the end again, I don't know.
With the Queen being on the throne for 70 years, it means everything needs to be shipshape and Bristol fashion. So, with that being said, it's time for the coaches to have a jolly good clean. Volunteers from all departments are on site today to make sure the coaches look fit for a king. I mean, queen. Even catering manager Sam and new operations manager Helen are getting involved. Sam, I hear your nickname round here is Duck. Well, that'll come in handy today, because apparently they don't get wet.
They're very oily feathers.
Right, moving swiftly on. And as you can see, things don't always go to plan. And now that we've had a shower, we better go and see what Sandra's doing over in the Apollo. Sandra's battling with balloons as she's been tasked with making a balloon arch for the festivities.
Absolutely gorgeous. Red, white and blue. I'll press them all in one end then. Spread them out, put some small ones in the middle. Balloons, balloons, balloons. Balloons everywhere.
And with the Apollo decorated, Sam is hoping that customers will attend thick and fast to try out his new custom beers.
So we've got one called Napier Oil and another one called Royal Hoppy Fusilier.
Now it's back over to Platform 1 to see gardeners and general handymen Mick and James. They've been tasked with making sure Platform 1 is spick and span, and they've also been tasked with taking down a fence.
Technical issues, I tell you.
Looks like a pretty big job.
It is. Well, I nod my head at it.
Right, any more?
Get another tap, yes, it's not running away. It looks good. That'll do. There we go. Still haven't got one out. I can get a bar behind there and twice the wood out away with a bar, and then we can do that.
After a few different locations, Sandra's balloon arch has ended up in the booking office. And what a great way to welcome passengers this weekend for the Jubilee celebrations. And it looks like they're all still intact. It promises to be a fun yet stressful weekend. And there's no one more excited than manager Lee Gratian.
Queen's Jubilee, it's here, isn't it? And the train's been washed, it's been decorated, very patriotic. All that remains now is to see who comes. It is a little bit nervy because everybody around is doing something to celebrate, so I just hope there's some customers that actually left and not partying elsewhere, but fingers crossed, looking forward to it. Weather forecast not bad, let's see what happens.
And as the Platinum Jubilee festivities begin, there's a whole host of entertainment on Platform 1. Featuring parrots and owls from Woody's Wings, and even the town's local fire crew are in attendance, and they've even brought the fire engine. This is a chance to give the public a behind-the-scenes view of the equipment that's used for them to do their amazing, life-saving work.
It's the Jubilee weekend, there's plenty of people about, we've got dining on this afternoon, yeah, should be a good weekend.
And as the first Deltic of the day leaves the station, it's back over to the station buffet, where there's some sweet treats up for grabs.
Right, so we've got cream teas to take away on the train, and we have a cream tea on Sunday, public one. We've got plenty of cakes, coronation chicken sandwiches, and all things British.
And with all things British on offer, what's more British than a good old-fashioned sausage roll? Well, I'll tell you what, it's Bertie's handmade sausage rolls. Catering assistant Bertie has been working on a top-secret recipe to debut, especially for the Platinum Jubilee.
So I've been waiting to make these sausage rolls for a long time, so I think the Queen's inspired me to make these sausage rolls because I've just been on the throne the whole of my life, and just to make sure all the ingredients are put in right, I need to make it so it's just the right day to do it.
The only problem is, Bertie's gluten-free and can't sample his own wares.
It's quite hard, to be honest, right? I know everyone likes them, but I want to try them myself. So, to be honest, I want to try to develop them to make them gluten-free as well as glutinous. So, yeah, that will all work.
And as the platforms are getting busier, there's a chance for Lee to reflect on this weekend's festivities.
It's a lovely day, everybody's set up, raring to go. Beautiful parrots, owls, and of course steam trains. So we're just looking forward to the coach party coming along for some cheese and wine, a very British thing to do. And hopefully it'll be a really good day, looking forward to it.
And as the Standard leaves the station and makes its way down to Duffield, there really isn't a more British sight than a steam train. And as one train leaves, another one returns, as the Deltic has arrived. And by the looks of it, so has a vintage bus. This 1946 AEC Regal is now owned and operated by Valence's Coaches. They use it for private hire, weddings and heritage day trips, just like the one that's going on today. The bus has been on a whistle-stop tour all around Derbyshire and has now called off at the Ecclesbourne Valley Railway, ready to give passengers a ride on the steam train and a cheese and wine tasting. How British!
Yeah, it was really good actually. I think it was a real achievement by everybody. It's such a unique event, it's never happened before, and perhaps it'll never happen again. And it's such a massive effort to do 2 trains running, 4 days solid. In fact, I think it was the first time we've had such a long run of the 2 train running. So it was nice to see so many people coming along and enjoying 2 beautiful British icons, the steam, of course, especially popular. But also it was nice to see people enjoying the attractions that we got here at Wirksworth Station, the Woody's wings, the basket weaving, the product that looks fantastic. And we had some great dancers as well. I am conscious it's a massive effort for the volunteers to put on such an event, and I really would like to thank them all for the contributions that they've made towards the event. We couldn't do it without them. And to have such competition with so many parties, events, etc. going on around the country, it was lovely to see people come along and take part.
As the bank holiday draws to a close and the Platinum Jubilee festivities have ended, it's been another commercial success for the Ecclesbourne Valley Railway, and a chance to have some fun and sometimes act a little bit silly, some more than others. And as the bunting flies high across the country and the festivities continue on into the night, there really hasn't been a better place to celebrate the Platinum Jubilee than Ecclesbourne Valley Railway. Next time on Beyond the Tracks, it's the Mixed Traction Gala, and steam, diesel and DMUs are making their way up and down the Ecclesbourne Valley. So join us again next time as we go Beyond the Tracks.